How's that volume? Too low? Too high? Everyone's favorite matchup. I didn't even know who the Ryu player was, Blaz. But I was rooting for him super hard by the end of it, man. He was doing great. Kakara winning is not terribly unsurprising, or not terribly surprising. He's a damn good player. He's one of the best in the world. I was rooting for Zhen. I always got to root for Zhen, and anytime he's at anything, I got to root for him. I want the Didazan to do something. Blaze was playing out of his mind. I think any doubts people have about Ryu should be put to rest. In my head, I was like, why didn't he follow up that Crutch Fierce with EX Chop? I had like a random SF5 thought. Remember that? Remember SF5, Alex? Alex in this game is pretty whack. Alex in SF5 is also pretty whack, but there's some really strong ideas inside the SF5 Alex. I think parts of both Alexes can be salvaged to create something very interesting. I think that's a lie. I think that parts of the SF5 Alex should be salvaged and other completely new parts should be added. And just throw the SF3 Alex in the garbage. Nice little combo. The back fears. Normally things that can be ducked, Hugo can't duck, but it looked like he ducked that. That seems like an important thing to be able to duck. Oh. EX knee is not a great... Oh! Towards Fierce whiffed. Towards Fierce is a horrible button in this game. I forget what I was going to say. Oh, Jump Fierce is the god normal. EX knee is not a reversal. Yeah, that's it. That was the thought. Thank you for recovering me. EX knee is ass. It has some reversal properties. I can't put my finger on what. It might have a little invincibility, but not enough to cover the hit. Or it might have, like, you know, very good speed or something. I can't tell. Every now and then it works. But then oftentimes it just doesn't work. Sometimes Alex just does wake up knee against me and it just gets owned. No, there are no EX command grabs. Or at least none I can think of. There's no EX SPD or EX Powerbomb on these two idiots. Hugo notably only has 2 EX moves. He has EX Clap and EX Lariat. EX Clap is a bit subjective. Subjective's the wrong word. Situational. EX Lariat's pretty good, but it's not a good move. It's just good for what it gives Hugo, because he otherwise lacks it, which is a way to complete a combo. It's like his only ways of comboing out of a light normal are SA3 or EX Lariat. And EX Lariat's not even that strong, and it's quite hard to do. But comboing out of light normals is not as useful in this game as it is in future Street Fighter titles. It's like you get like a jump fierce. It's like what's the optimal thing to do once you hit the ground. For Hugo, especially SA1 Hugo, it's probably something like, you know, a light normal into EX Lariat. Hugo's kind of interesting because his combo tools just simply are completely different than, his combos do not fit together in the same way as a regular character. You could take SPD instead. But I'm just saying that EX Lariat is important because it gives him a way to win without resetting. Or complete the combo without resetting. That Dizzy bar is a big deal, but I think the threat of a Dizzy is pretty much over. Oh, shoot down backbreaker. Oh, that was probably an SPD. That was a super weird thing to do. Empty jump towards Fierce is like almost always bad. Oh, he pressed. Alex players are gods with that one particular trap. Supering as you press. It's always like the frame you press too. Alex be so starved for setups, he treats anything as a setup. Dash dash super. Dash pause super. Block there normal, wait a little bit super. Love that combo. We tried it there and body press just dodged it. Stand Strong is a pretty good anti-air button, but it's not like a catch-all for Alex. It's better than a lot of anti-airs in this game. Without hiding it behind a parry, it's not amazing. My life flashed before my eyes right there for the Hugo. Oh, that's just beautiful. Optimal. Was there really no way to win without spinning bar? Could he not have done like anti-jump clap or something? I like what he did because it was safe. He probably could have done jumps fierce into low forward or something like that. Every now and then I see SF3. But I don't stream that much, so it's more like me not being here than SF3 not being here. I knew he was gonna EX slash. You see him just crouching at full screen. Alex players only do that if they're gonna EX slash. Yeah, winning was important. It was a nice parry. I'm trying to optimize it, but it's a miracle that he won that round. Anti-air down fierce. Alex has 2 charge moves. His other moves are all motions. He's like the mascot of hybrid characters. There's a Sean on my screen. John's movement is halfway decent. His super jump's not great. It's worse than the other shadows. But his dashes are nice. Some of his normals are good. The ones he shares with the other shadows. That man house is good enough, baby. Okay. That super is really cheap. I'll say that for it. That's a really nice thing about Super 1 is it's very inexpensive. Oh, nice confirm. The incidental anti-air properties of wheel kick are extremely good. It can be quite hard to react, and the hitbox is amazing. The problem is you have to do it kind of predictively, which can be very risky because it can be punished on reaction. Tornado. Pretty sure Hugo's SPD just punishes Tornado, so it's quite risky. But that one wasn't risky. Anti-air parry. He didn't super confirm. Down fierce is a decent anti-air. Sean's SA1 is pretty fucking minus, but it also pushes you really fucking far away. Ugh. What a punish. Optimal. Beautiful. It's possible for most characters to punish it on block, but it's kind of tricky to be consistent with it. Depends on what character you play. Sometimes you might have to do something that's not very strong. Beautiful. You really want like a good punish if you can help it. If you can just punish with Lin, that's not very impressive. Like if you have Chun-Li punishing with Super 2, that's great. Maybe you have Necro punishing it with Fire Fierce, that's not so great. Necro could punish it with SA3. I was playing PSO the other day. Love that game. I've never gotten a HuCast that far. I don't like playing HuCast. I don't think I've ever made a raycast ever. Isn't that weird? Wow. Hard for you, Hugo, to punish that. He might have to use EX Lariat. The Electric Gun Super is Electric Snake. Yeah, that's the one. That would be Necro's best punish, I imagine. This Sean is making good use of his normals. That's only a single parry, but getting the parry post-freeze is quite difficult. What's the cool thing about Raycast? It's got ATP. It's a ranger with high ATP. That probably makes it one of the best mech-gun users in the game, right? Is that the big edge? Is that why people play Raycast? I mean, Raycast is literally my highest level unit, but the stats of Raycast and Raycast are very different. I think the value they provide to the team are very similar, though. Like, the options they have are nearly identical. Raycast is just going to be doing more damage than me. But lover? You make it sound like I'm loving you. I mean, you're okay. I didn't expect to be... I don't know. Nice low parry on wake up. I want to see this Hugo going for more command grabs. Oh, he just did it. That was a dead OS. Beautiful. This is a decent player playing a horrible character. It's almost 8 AM over here. This can combo. That was really hard to hit. Oh, he actually just chipped. That does quite a lot of chip on that super. Missed. You can just hit Sean when he's rolling. He's not like hit invincible or anything. You can just hit him. You go do like low short or something. Low forward. He could red parry it. He didn't think it was going to chip him out, and then it did. Every now and then that mistake happens. Happens to the best of us. It was definitely objectively a mistake to try and block it, since it did enough damage to kill him. But he did try and block it because he thought it wasn't going to kill him. You know? By third strike it happens. Oh, we're running SA3 now. I used to think SA3 was his worst super, now I think SA2 might be his worst super. It's just a little bit... They're all okay. SA3 does the most damage, and kind of has the most setups, because you can use it as a punishing option. SA1 is the most ubiquitous, because the meter is so short, you just always have it. SA2 is the most restrictive to land, but it does do a lot more damage than SA1 in its main confirm. They're all about equally viable, I think. If it was me, if I was running Sean, I would run SA1. Maybe SA3 in particular matchups. The ball. I think the ball increases the dizzy of his next hit or combo or something. But it's kind of an afterthought. It might as well not even have an effect. It doesn't change anything. It's more of a shitty meaty tool. Helps lock your opponent down meaty. Nice, this probably doesn't even kill. I'm sorry, Sean, I disrespected you. I thought Hugo's high HP would allow him to live, and it didn't. Utility is often better than damage. It takes quite a lot of damage to equalize utility, I feel. He didn't punish it. You can just throw punish that. You got a slash elbow. Just jump out. The escapes against tackle are actually really annoying to do. Because tackle's already pretty fast and hard to react to. Oh, the fucking spiral DDT. The absolute safest thing you can do, well, you can technically just hit it if you react in time, which is not easy. The safest thing to do is low parry and then hit a button. Or low parry and throw. It's the absolute safest. That way, if he stops short and grabs you, you take the throw, or potentially even grab him if you're fast enough. Oof. I'd have done a Super 2 combo. Oh, there's a confirm, technically. And if he actually does the hit, you'll parry it, but then grab him, which is not a super optimal punish. I think SA2 just killed right there. I think he could have done reversal SA2 on that tornado. Ooh. This is pretty horrible for Sean now, but still winnable. Yep, he just got hit. Roll's not invincible. You're missing the ball. If you're going to be a Sean player, you got to learn how to hit that ball. It's free meter. We're back on SA3. Maybe we already were. Wake up parry, baby. Why are we letting that rock? That's unsafe. If you're gonna block the tackle, you want a nicer punish, but you know, it's Alex. Alex has some very awkward things about his punishes, so I understand why he of all characters would have issues like that. Oof, bad confirm. This might kill? Oh, I respected Sean's game too much. Alex has this really, really difficult thing where his stand strong has a very high hitbox that often doesn't hit. For example, after Sean's tackle, stand strong probably whiffs. And then close medium kick is his other main cancel, and it's a proximity normal. So if he's not point blank, he'll get far medium kick, which doesn't cancel, and also potentially won't even be fast enough to punish. So after like a block tackle, stand strong and close forward are both like very mediocre options. I think it's still minus even on hit. Oh, he got hit. He missed the punish. Come on, what are we doing? That was unsafe twice over. Oh, oh. Come on, Alex. That time you should have done close forward. Okay. Alex out neutraling. Rare footage. Urien, a good character. Taunt, round start taunt. That did extra stun or damage or whatever. It did extra something. Extra damage, I think, for Urien. I don't remember. No, that was a taunt to taunt. Make no mistake. Oh, cool parry. He might have parried right for both hits. Sometimes when both characters are moving, the parry will autocorrect. Oh, EX slash elbow or something. Oh, it's Tyrant Slaughter Urien. Unfortunately, his normal whiffed. It was a fine time to do the super. Oh, this kills. Good shit. Just a low short super is pretty surprising. Yeah, very unusual to see this. It's mostly just for fun. What a good punish. I think not spending the super and keeping Urien in the corner was arguably the best play. Nice confirm. The confirms for Tyrant Punish are really cool. How often do you see that? How often do you see Uriens use that TC in this game? You saw it in SF4, SF5. Almost never in third strike. It also gives him a very fast punish, which can be situationally very useful. Oh! 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 I would hate to eat that. Fuck Urien. Oh, good confirm. The damage, you wish it was a little higher. But hey, you can store two of them and the meter's not super high. Whiffing the headbutt A lot of people either barely miss the punish on headbutt or commit during a headbutt, and either way, like empty headbutt into SA1 is going to be strong. Really mean thing to do, very devious. Headbutt is a very strong option in this matchup because Urien Hugo can't duck headbutt. However, of course, you can still parry it or counter poke it or things like that. Right now he's getting a little owned. That snatched him really far away. Oh my, that was nice. Urien recovers really fast after a headbutt. That might have been a punish, it might not have been, it's hard to tell. Nice little punish there. Oh, good confirm. It's really fun seeing Tyrant headbutt. Oh, look at that. The taunt is a low hit and can surprise people. Jump strong. Rarely do you see that normal. You have a lot of setups that you just kind of have by having a fast super. Oh, hit him. He pressed? He really pressed? Didn't look like it. Like a meaty universal overhead, or even just a space universal overhead is a setup for Super 1. Or like a high connect air normal. Oh, that was very ambitious by the Hugo player. Oof, 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 that dizzy bar. Could be a factor. Still got a game. Still got a game! He can't clap here. Yeah, you gotta just do a super. I was gonna say, there's no way there's enough time to clap. Oh! Oh, is it dizzy? Oh! Empty jump low short. Works in every Street Fighter title. Tyrant is really fast. I don't know how fast it is, but 2 frames sounds plausible. One frame also sounds plausible. You said it with such conviction that I believe you. There are a lot of supers in this game are really fucking fast for no reason. If you actually look at the list of 2 and 3 frame supers, it's a lot of them. SA2, Yun. Yun was truly blessed by his super arts. This is not even a bad super, and yet no Yun would ever dream of picking it. The one annoying thing about SA2 for Yun is that it has to hit a grounded opponent. So you can't land it off of stuff like close medium kick. Or you can, but not in a good way. 0 frames is a fancy way of saying 1 frame. I haven't had to explain that in a long time. Once upon a time, we used phrases startup frames, active frames, and recovery frames. So startup is before a move hits, active is once the move starts having an active hitbox, and then recovery is recovery. We used to write, the FGC, used to write if a move had 0 frame startup, then it hit on its first frame. If a move had 2 frame startup, it hit on its third frame. So it'd be 2 startup frames and an active frame. But the problem is that's actually very inconvenient for trying to figure out what links to what. Like if you have a move that's +3, and then you have another move that hits on its third frame, they'll combo. But it'll be we'll call that like a 2 frame startup is a 1 frame link into a 3 frame move. And a 3 frame startup won't combo from a +3. And that was kind of complicated. So instead, in the SF4 era, Street Fighter started using startup frame being the first active frame. Or the frame count of the move was the first active frame. So if a move hits on frame 3, we call it a frame 3 move, a 3 frame move. Even though it has 2 startup frames, it's a 3 frame move. And because of that, there's actually a little thing now where if you add up all 3, you get 1 extra frame. Because there's a frame that's counted twice. You say it's got three frames startup, like 2 frames active, and like 5 frames recovery or something like that. But then you'll have one extra. If you add up all 3 of those numbers, you'll have 1 extra frame compared to the total number of frames, because one of them is counted as both a startup and an active frame. So it's a little bit wonky no matter how you do it. But this wonkiness is much more convenient than the wonkiness we had before. He did an EX move. He lost meter right there. EX Tatsu, perhaps? In second impact, and I believe in third strike, if a move has 0 frame startup and you're not blocking pre-freeze, it hits you. Like, you can't switch to blocking in time. Which is kind of a little mechanical relic that doesn't exist in later Street Fighter titles. Nice. What's that voice line? I feel like I never hear that. What's funny is that change means the opponent has a lot of time to commit, which lets you use the invincibility a little bit more easily. But yeah, no cool punishes. The way that frames work is so strict in SF6. Those moves being 1 frame setup would probably be pretty busted. Wasn't Raging Demon 1 frame in SF5? I don't even remember. I think it was, right? You could like punish weird stuff with it. I don't even remember. It's weird that I don't remember that. Yeah, okay. Kage and Akuma. Nice punish, I guess. He could have stead blocked and got bigger punish, but you know, it's hard to react in the moment. I think that 3-frame almost makes a lot of sense because of the way that -3 is used. The way that like burnout and punish counter and counter all kind of interlock with each other. It's very clever, I think. Oh, he missed the punish. That works. It's not easy though. Oh, you want a close medium kick, I imagine. Oh, big combo. That's some of a combo. That combo's not easy to do. He ended up getting like a bunch of resets out of it. Again, scaling hits hard and fast. Having a bunch of resets isn't even that much stronger than just landing your whole combo. Another close medium kick, super jump, cancel super. Tricky. That was a nice light. Oh, that was a nice light. Oh, red parry. Light dive kick. Oh, these light dive kicks are amazing. Got the combo? I think that was a combo. That's really hard to do. I feel like we've just allowed ads to ruin everything. But at the same time, like, one of my main sources of revenue is ad money, so whatever. Salt. You gotta humble yourself, it's the only way. If someone's doing something that's bad, then it won't work. If someone's doing something that's bad and you can't stop it. Either it's better than you, and it deserves to win, or it's not better than you and you beat it, or it's not actually bad, it's good. In which case it makes sense that it beat you. Wake up 720 would have worked. That's all I'm saying. I'm just kidding. That's absurdly risky. Frustrating in general. I love this game. I don't find it frustrating at all. I don't even mind when I'm eating this. Yun can be doing block shoulders against me. I'm just like, yep, I'm having a good time. Love Yun. Love Yun shoulder. Now I'm looking at the plain white gi. I kind of did like the eggshell one a lot. Use all colors is so funny. I don't think that's enough. Oh, Hugo has the counter. He could have released earlier and had it be a combo or a true block string with the fireball. But it wouldn't have dizzied and he would have been unsafe on hit. So he tried the greed, but he ended up being unsafe. Hugo had a very simple decision there. He just had to mesh super. Either there was a window and the super was going to hit, or there was no window, he was going to eat a super of his own, and then he was not going to be, Ryu was going to be unsafe on hit, and he would have been able to, super would have been a punish. No, don't talk about bread in the stream. This is just, that was the wrong thing to do. It was almost the right thing to do. Hugo had to just treat it like it was a punish. Mashing jab makes sense, but he should have stopped mashing jab once he ate the Denjin, and then he should have hit like strong or something. I think strong would have been fast enough. I went to the bakery after work the other day. It was good. Oof. He got a combo out of that? Are you kidding me? If the first hit of EX uppercut is blocked or is parried and the second hit connects, Dudley gets a combo. This character's so damn cursed. Oh shit. This can't kill. It came a lot closer than I thought. I could have killed. Oh, Hugo got away. That's the wrong punish. He had to do machine gun blow or something. Heavy machine gun blow. Anyway, Dudley actually on that uppercut, he could have done another super. He could have done a 2 super combo. That probably should have been EX. Maybe he was afraid of it hitting midair. Delete Dudley. I've been getting my ass kicked by Dudleys on Fight Kid recently. Makoto's as well. They used to be very strong matchups for me, and now Dudley and Makoto players are just much stronger than they used to be. Or I've gotten worse at the matchup or something. I think I just play stronger players than I used to. I think there didn't used to be that many strong players. And now they're everywhere. That being said, I've been on the cusp of S rank for like ever. I'm actually pretty close right this second. I'm on page 4, and page 1 and 2 are all S rank. And I think a little bit of page 3. I'm at the very, very top echelon of A rank players. Okay. Ugh. I remember years ago a Hugo player telling me that all Hugo players picked SF3 in this matchup. And then I watched, and that's pretty much true. So it's kind of interesting to see the yellow one pick SA1. Even kind of dedicated SA3 Hugos, I mean dedicated SA1 Hugos often pick SA3 in this matchup. Don't ask me why. Maybe the jabs are just easier to find in this matchup than most. Maybe the SVDs are harder to find in this matchup than most. I think maybe clap is a good option in this matchup. And SA3 confirms off of any clap. Goofy matchup, by the way. We're hitting previously unwitnessed levels of silly. Oh! It was a very bad Stairman House. That's one of the worst normals in the game. A little drop kick there. Remember what they did to it in Omega? What a weird move. How are you going to run SA1 and then just do a regular SPD? Come on. In order to play SA1 Hugo, you gotta have guts. And guts means doing supers even if they're not confirmed. Towards Fierce is a poke, by the way. That super is to keep him safe against server SPD or something. Oh, got him? Snatched. Even with Hugo's fat ass HP, this should kill, right? Oh, it was so close. Still winnable for either player. Super chips. Super chips. He did it. He did it! The parry timing on that super is very irregular, but most players above a certain skill level know it. Dot, 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 dot. The taunt. That's extra defense. Holding super there was absolutely insane play, but it was actually the correct play, yeah. Holding super would have put him in parry lock. Definitely got one hit of uppercut. That might hit? Oh, it didn't hit. He tried to walk in and get probably EX machine gun blow, but he didn't get it. The walk in might have messed him up. He didn't need to move, I don't think. I think just like it works without the walk. Wow, the dizzy. I was just thinking that dizzy was probably not going to ever happen because he would just die first. They're red. Nice confirm. You have to react pretty fast for that. Nice snatch. Damn, he just did it. It's kind of better and worse to have the rose be that meaty. The earlier you throw the rose, the more time you have for Oki. But if you throw the rose too early, the rose never hits. I think just defense. I don't think anyone has anything that raises their stun. However, Ryu has one that makes his stun recover faster. Same with Oro, I suppose. Ryu's just lasts the whole round. Oro's only lasts as long as he's holding it. But Oro's is a lot faster. Oro's is like the very cusp of what counts as a useful taunt. This is one of the worst still useful ones. It's like a middle of the pack taunt as they go. Chun-Li's, maybe? Chun has two that increase her defense. I think one that increases her damage. And then the back stretch one that increases her defense also gives her an ass ton of meter. Maybe doing the taunt at all makes stun go down faster or something like that. I don't remember. Or maybe you get the damage boost by doing the taunt at all. That's hard to do. It's understandable when Hugo players fuck it up. It's very precise. You have to low parry the final one, which is a blue parry and not difficult. But you want to do 3 low parries and then wait just a little bit and then clap. And if you wait too long, you'll your clap won't be a punish. And if you don't wait long enough, you get hit by the following hits after the third hit, because you stand. You just want to duck just enough for Dudley to get high enough in the air that the super stops hitting you. Damn, he should have held it. Unfort. 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 If I was that Dudley player, I'd be pretty mad. His DP only hit once. He shouldn't have done DP, I suppose. And then the read by the Hugo. Dudley was caught off guard and didn't have as much Oki as he thought he would. So he jumped to be defensive. And Hugo just read it. Very, very good read. Hugo players often try and create scrambles, so they're typically really good at knowing what people are going to do in a scramble. The big thing about a scramble in fighting games, this is one of the core concepts of fighting games, is that you don't have the facility to make a decision in a scramble. It happens too fast. So it's pure instinct. This Dudley's throwing, bro. Okay. Imagine if Hugo parried that. Trying to use the slipping jab to be cool and then drop the combo. Anyway, when you've played fighting games a long time, you'll have an instinct for what people are going to do on their instinct. It's a strange thing to say, but it's true. One of the things that makes the strong players so strong is because they'll have your thoughts before you have them. Nice. I would have supered. Ugh. That can fall out. It just depends on how much Dudley walks and what character he's fighting. Nice play by the Yang. Dudley missed a confirm on the towards medium kick. It's hard to do. Really good play by the Yang. Honestly, he navigated that really well. Having low short and a good conversion from it, so nice. Oof. EX Rekka is just so good in general. Close jab enders. That's what you do. Let's just jab. I think Yang actually does have a close jab, I don't remember. Maybe not. Whoa, it ended. What if I did another one? Another one. Hanma Mountain. I always thought it was kind of funny that the kanji, the katakana writing for hammer is Hanma. Ha. Ma. Like, what's that N doing there? How did it find its way into that word? Nice. Just fierce. Maybe he can't do the clap into shoot down backbreaker on Yang. Twins fall out of a lot of combos. Juggles. Fierce might be dizzy optimal too. I don't think that was a punish. I think a punish was possible there, but I don't think that was it. That being said, it worked. Oh, that walkthrough. When you have a corpse dash, that's nice, but when you have a corpse walk, that's even better. That shit is hard to react to. Or I can do that versus Necro. Walkthrough his quick stand. Quite annoying for Necro. Hell yeah, Jupiter. Yang is so fun to watch. Are you an alien? I don't mind watching Yang. I like watching Yang too. But I feel like a lot of people call this character boring. You must be a Yang main. He went for the EX Rekka to EX Rekka. Does that work on Hugo? It must. He wouldn't have done it if it didn't work. I've only ever seen that on Q. I think you get the best struggle on Q of anyone. He did the fake palm! He tried to do it outside throw range, but he was actually still inside throw range. Alright, random roll here. Just do it YOLO. It's a bad decision, by the way. Don't do it. EX Rekka is what's probably coming. It's very scary for both players. Okay. Good old stay medium kick. A little bit underwhelming. Just a good button, though. Technically could have gotten counter poked by the medium kick, depending on range and timing. Could have gotten parried too, depending on timing, but parrying a random poke is not easy. Yeah, the Yang players don't even set it up. They just do this slash by itself. He did it again too. Dudley didn't even block or parry or anything. That's a punish. Surprisingly, it didn't combo. I think far fierce would have dizzied there. He did far forward. Hindsight 2020. Wah. SF4 Yang has some funny combos. I hated his I hated the execution on his close medium kick dash ultra one. That shit was actually very hard to execute. You couldn't buffer it like you could buffer an F80C. So even though the input's a little bit similar to an F80C, minus the focus, the dash and the quarter circles are closer to each other, which made it harder to do. That being said, SF4 Yang could also just do close medium kick walk at Ultra 1. And I got quite good at that walk. I did the same thing with DJ. DJ had EX machine gun upper into walk Ultra 2. And I got very good at that walk. Oh, he hit the EX Rekka. He didn't have bar. There was no way to complete that combo. The parry was good, but he had to do something else there. He probably tried for jab, jab, jab EX Rekkas, but he didn't get the third jab. He was too far away. But even two jabs into the EX Rekka wouldn't work because he didn't have EX Rekka. Oh, that's a funny looking combo. I hate doing that one too. That's a punish. Pretty good freeze frame on the EX Lariat hitting. The animations in this game are so nice. The low short TC. He's got two of them. The low short stand medium kick TC. That's a funny one. I'm actually that frame on Dudley was really funny looking. I'm actually pretty sleepy, which is good because if I fell asleep right this second, I would get 8 hours of sleep before work. I'm waking up at 4:30 p.m. for work. Which is why I'm awake now, by the way. It's because I'm working second hour this week. Second shift. I'm doing 6 p.m. to 2:30 a.m. today. Fellas, when the clock changed, I was working. I did one less hour of work. Oh, he snatched a short swing blow. That's hard to do. I had an easy day and I only had a 7-hour shift. My one hard x-ray, air quotes hard x-ray, was a femur on a guy who ended up being mobile. Femurs can be very annoying depending on the amount of damage to the patient. A femur on a really fat person where the femur's broken That's just a very awful X-ray to do. Femurs are very rarely ordered because they very rarely break. Femurs are tough. It's almost always the things on the sides of the femur that break, such as the knee or the hip. It's usually not the femur. That being said, the fatter you are, the more likely you are to actually break your femur because, you know, extra strain on it. So it is, SA2 Ibuki. Good eye. Anyway, this guy could, like, lift his leg and stuff. He was chill. He was there with his son, and his son was the one who broke his femur. Oh, it wasn't broken. Snatched. That super actually does decent damage. It might be the strongest of Ibuki's 3 supers. It almost certainly is. I think SA3 is the weakest. And I'm pretty sure SA1 doesn't do that much damage, even in an optimal scenario. This last couple weeks, I've had some really hellish femurs. I feel like femurs, I see it pretty rarely. I see it maybe like a few times a month. But I did like, this week I did like 4. Nice. Anti-air parry into SA2. Interesting. I play on pad. Got him? Nope. Oh, yep. That's a combo on everyone. It comes out faster than the shoot down backbreaker because it's a super cancel. Anyway, in order to do a femur x-ray, I need to get someone either out of their bed onto my x-ray table, which is not very easy if they've got a broken femur. Or I need to get the x-ray plate underneath them, which is not very easy if they've got a broken femur. And for both of those, it's a million times worse if they're overweight. As a rule of thumb, my job is significantly harder when people are overweight. Not only is it harder to get the plate beneath them, or to move them from place to place, it's also occasionally harder to get the x-rays because I can't use bony landmarks anymore. Slipping jab. It took 2 of them to kill him, by the way. Hardest job in America being skinny. He did the funny confirm. Like, for example, if someone's really fucking fat, like, you know, 400 pounds plus, it can be hard to tell where the heck their lungs are. I can't use their shoulders anymore. I gotta use, like, their vertebral prominence. And sometimes even that can be hard to feel. Wow. You're quite welcome. If Andre the Giant had a broken femur, I would not be happy. We would need to use our crane, and I don't even know if it would work for him. We have cranes in every room. Every room's a total lie. We have cranes in many rooms. We don't have them in our x-ray room, though. We always gotta ask for sliding help. Vertebral prominence is a little bump on the back of your neck. It's C7T1. I'm touching my vertebral prominence right now. If the top of the plate is like at the vertebral prominence, you usually get a pretty good lung x-ray. And if the center of the plate is centered on the vertebral prominence, you know you've got a nice centered plate. Most people don't use that as their landmark. They usually just use the shadow over the shoulders. But you gotta be kind of mindful because if the person's raising their shoulder, that moves it. Oh yeah, femurs are also very terrible surgery. Well, they're fun to do. I've done a lot of hip surgery, actually. Cool combo. Oh, it fell out. Not cool anymore. I've done a lot of troch nails and stuff like that. But I think it's pretty invasive surgery for the person. Nice combo. You just interrupted instead of seeing how many Tatsu hits there were going to be. That's a buffered cancel. Proximity OS. Oh. Dudley did towards medium punch. In what scenario? He just fucked up. It's just an execution error. In what scenario would you not just hit roundhouse there? Or like towards medium kick uppercut? Why do you gotta reinvent the wheel? Just do a regular punish. Oh, we got that. We got the Ken who knows that air Tatsu is busted versus Hugo. This is gonna be ugly. If a person's athletic, they're probably less likely to break a bone. I mean, they're probably more likely to break a bone in terms of like they're putting more strain, like they're doing more strenuous activity and stuff like that. Damn, that was not a confirm, bro. But it's often old people with like, you know, calcium loss, or like fat people who are breaking their bones. You want to know a reality of, I've broken my arm once. I got a green stick fracture on my arm when I was a little kid. The recovery process was very fast. They just put it in a cast and I waited 2 weeks and it was all better. What was I going to say? An unpleasant reality for X-ray techs that most people probably aren't aware of. Terrible punishes all around just now. Is the massive fucking number of people who come in with knee issues and they're like obese. This is a warning to all of you in the chat and in the YouTube video replay later. If you are fat, your knees are going to be a problem for you down the line. You gotta make peace with that right now. And you know what's funny is always the people are like, I haven't done anything to it, so I don't know why it's hurting. It's like, bro, you're fat. I know what you did to it. Always, every day, especially in ortho clinics. People come in for knee x-rays and they're like, they're hurting and I don't know why, and it's like, they're obese. Oh, that stand strong should have been ducking super. I think he got it. Good shit. This Dudley does not always do the optimal thing, but I respect the way he plays. There's a lot of genetics working against you too for knee and back stuff. There's a lot of luck. Yeah, most old people have degenerative changes to their bones. Yeah. Did you see Dudley just casually doing ducking through Ken Stand Strong? Delete Dudley. I hate Dudley's ducking herpox. Aggravating. That was overhead on a standing opponent. Unless a link to super was not possible. Dudley's stand strong is a really funny button. Or stand medium kick. Yeah, stand medium kick. Because it has like next to no pushback. I told chat before on a previous stream, but I was watching rods get put into... oh, he tried the red parry. Greedy as hell. I was watching rods get put into a... oh, and then he tried to swag and he failed. It was a great red parry, though. Watching rods get put into a 4th and 5th metatarsal, which are the bones inside your foot. Close to the pinky side. No, they were being put into the phalanges of the 4th and 5th digit, actually. So, like, the last 2 digits of the foot were getting cut open, and rods were being placed. It was to repair hammer toes, I think. Ugh. Hammer toes is this thing where your knees are permanently... I mean, not your knees, your toes are permanently curled. So, like, if you pinch your foot like that, it's just like that all the time. It's like like a little inchworm. The center goes up, and then they're shorter. It's quite painful. Hanma toes, you got it. Is that SF3 Hugo? Kinda looks like it. Tried to red parry. Ambitious. High skill. The surgeons were talking about how the recovery process for removing a 5th toe is faster than the recovery process for fixing it. Which I found to be a very hilarious conversation. It is Super 2. Skills. They were putting a rod inside the 5th toe and casually talking about how the recovery process for getting a rod in the 5th toe was like several months. And the recovery process for getting the 5th toe removed, the pinky toe, is like a couple weeks. And not only that, but the pinky toe, they were talking about this. The pinky toe is not used for balance. You don't lose any balance for losing it. That's pretty good damage when it hits raw. A little bit I'm a believer in Hugo SA2. Anyway, these surgeons are literally performing surgery on a pinky toe, casually talking about how the surgery they're performing on a pinky toe is more expensive and also harder on the patient than just like cutting off the toe. Anyone who performs surgery on themselves is crazy. I've heard some really crazy stories. There was a guy who, there was a surgeon who took out his own appendix. Very famous story. I'm doing pretty good. My weight's a little bit in disarray. Everything else in my life is going pretty well, but I've gained a little bit of weight and I'd really like to lose it. But apparently not enough to actually make steps in my life to fix it. I don't know if he had painkillers or anything, but imagine if he was having appendix problems, he might have been in so much pain that the fucking surgery wasn't even any worse. That was a funny juggle. There are a lot of really silly juggles that are possible in this game. It's like juggle into jump, medium kick or whatever. No, I spend my epic paychecks on nothing. It's a bit disappointing, actually. Last birthday, my mom got me a gift card for $100 for just anything. It's just a money card. She might as well have handed me a $100 bill. And it's just been sitting on my desk all this time. I don't know how to spend money. I could solve all my problems at once if I used this $100 to get as many gym months as I could get with $100. How many months is that? How much do gyms cost? I haven't been to a gym in over 10 years. Whenever I do any kind of exercise, I just do it out in nature. I either do it on my floor in my home, or I jog out in the wild. Gravity is free. Oh, that's not a combo. That is. Once upon a time, Hugo SF3 was my favorite super in this game. I can't put my finger on why. It's just cool. It's not so much the animation, although the animation is fine. More the mechanics of it. I liked the idea of a confirming super on a grappler. That grabbed from really far out. The disparity of grab range in this matchup is actually a huge issue for Yang. Believe it or not. Oh my god. Reversal, what was that? That looked almost like a frame 1 airborne move. Hugo doesn't have one of those, does he? He must have just hit him post frame 1. Oh, I respect that. Backbreaker, it was backbreaker, but I'm just surprised it hit midair. I found it really funny that like at least 2 instances they brought Hugo back and then given him leap attack as like a move. And it's like every character in Third Strike had that, but they only brought it back for Hugo. Why didn't they put leap attack on Makoto? Or Dudley? Dudley does it all the time. Leap attack is a lot faster to say than universal overhead. Snatched. This isn't gonna kill him, but holy hell. Oh, it's close. Okay. It's got a mountain to climb. It's gonna take a miracle to, yeah, win this round. I just want you guys to know that in Japan this character's name is Yun. And perhaps here in America too. And perhaps there in Europe too. Perhaps it's just pronounced Yun. That was nice and delayed to punish red parry attempts. That's an annoying thing that Yun can do. Yeah, I mean the obvious reference is yin, but you can't actually write yin in Japanese amusingly. The concept of yin and yang is not a Japanese concept. Yun and Yan is like the best that you can do. They do have a yi character, but it's archaic and not in the current alphabet. I don't know if a typical Japanese person would recognize it, probably. The situation with Hiragan is pretty funny. They're not all used with equal frequency. There are some that are almost retired. I mean, it's the same as English. How often do you see a Q or an X? Not that often. There's one woe that, to my knowledge, is not in any modern Japanese words, but it's still used as a particle in speech. X copy and Q character. You're right. Funny combo. The Enya. A very nice little letter. Always been a fan. Woshige. Does he spell his name with a wo? Venao also spells his name with a wo. The Dungeon Replayer. It's va na wo. I don't know how a typical Japanese person would pronounce that. When you pronounce it as the particle, you pronounce it o and not wo. But theoretically, the hiragana or katakana would be pronounced wo. There are a couple other hiraganas that are never used. Wow, there it is. Woshige. It really is a wo. So did they actually say woshige or did they say oshige? Japanese speakers. Very unusual character, almost never seen. The new character is oddly rare. You see it in the word inu. That's a pretty common word. Dog. But very few Japanese words have new. What are some other rare ones? The chi with the tentens. Ji. Very rare. Only used in particular kanji combinations. I can't think of any, like, not that many words use it. Hanaji is a nosebleed. It's literally the word nose followed by the word blood. Hana is nose, chi is blood. So when you say it together, you say hanaji. And the G is a chi with the accent marks. If you're using the G sound, you almost always use the other G. You don't use that G. There's two different sounds in Japanese that are both pronounced G. So that one is really strange, very unusual, very rare. There's another one, zoo. There's two different ways of typing zoo, saying zoo. And almost always they use one of them and not the other. It's very rare to see the tsu with tenten. Damn, that didn't kill. Yang's weak. Alright, he's still an SPD away from winning. That could have been it. MC jump SPD super. I mean MC jump super. MC jump parry super. So I think once upon a time there was a wa we woo we wo in Japanese, and now the wa and the wo are the only ones that still exist. And the wo is almost defunct. The wa is still used. And there was also a yi and a yeah that are also defunct. A lot of people, when they learn Japanese, they're kind of surprised that there's no yeah sound because they hear yen, and they think that there would be a way to write that in Japanese, but there isn't, because the Japanese don't say yen. They say en. The name of the currency. I believe the kanji for N is actually in one of Yang's supers. Say Enbu. Am I right? Am I wrong? Am I making that up? Yeah. What's even more complicated is if you want to give a hard no in Japanese, sometimes you say ya, which sounds kind of like yes, or ya, yeah, ya. That's true. What if they do crouch like kick overhead and you're in a mirror? Roundhouse. Yang's only press roundhouse if they're trying to do a car throw and fucked it up. When you get to stuff like, you know, or stuff like that, it's crazy. Because they got their own ones of those in Japanese, of course, probably in every language, and they're different. You want to say, you want to hum yes in Japanese? You say, like that. It's no like, like that. That's a no. I was rereading a very early Dragon Ball recently. It's astonishing to think that Goku is supposedly 12 in Dragon Ball. He looks and acts like 7. Or 5 or something. Part of the charm. What a messy matchup we're having. They're just going ham on each other. I always liked the repeated close medium kicks combo. I honestly really love Gohan. He might be my favorite Dragon Ball character. They're all perfect. Gohan's modesty is really nice. That's like the big difference with him and every other Saiyan ever. Whoa. That ain't how we play. People love Trunks and Goten in Dragon Ball Superhero. There's probably like 5 people on Earth who have watched Dragon Ball like in the correct order. We had a really cool throwback in the Granola arc. What did you guys think of the Granola arc? Am I the only person who read that? Ooh, nice. Counter poked. In the beginning, I couldn't tell if I liked it or not. And then when it was done, I also couldn't tell if I liked it or not. But there were very charming moments. Chip. Necros combos are really cool. There's just something about back medium kick to EX spin hook that just looks cool. Drop disc confirm. Wow. Oh, he backdashed. An accident. That was unfortunate. Experience an anime entirely through AMVs is a hilarious concept. I think before I ever played Final Fantasy IX, I saw every AMV, not AMV, what do you call it? Every cutscene in AMVs on YouTube. And not every scene in that game, like there are very few cutscenes. So you don't get like a good idea of what the hell happens in the story. Yeah, FMV. I saw the FMVs in AMVs. A lot of pokes can punish Electric Snake. Depends on how far away you are when you eat it. It's like minus enough that you can punish. Just depends on what your range normals are. Hyper Tornado is one of the best punishes in the game. So that's not really an of all things kind of punish. Red pairing does give you more time to punish it, but not as much as you would think because it's a projectile. The bar for a super goes very high in this game. Sean's supers are okay, but there are some supers that are so fucking good that they make the whole character. Sean could be a good character with the right super. If you just gave Sean Denjin, would he be good? I think he wouldn't be bottom one. Just didn't change anything else about him, he just gave him Denjin. He can't exploit it the way Ryu could. He wouldn't have Fireball Denjin, which is Ryu's literal main setup. He's a little bit short on knockdowns too. The supers were a lot better in Second Impact for what it's worth. Mostly because confirms are more plentiful. I made a whole video about this. But also because he had 2 stocks of SA3. And his meter build was faster. So the right version of that teleport. Fireball Engine is brainless to do, and it's so good. You can be the best player in the world, and it's a 50-50 on you. Playing against Ryu is entirely avoiding scenarios where he can even do that. I think late into SF4's life, they added a cancel on Far Strong. He didn't have that at launch. And everyone was like, what's this for anyway? It did a couple of random things. He had like close roundhouse into Far Strong. That's like a link that he could do into Tatsu. I think it worked on everyone though. It feels like SF4, they made a lot of tools without really planning what they were for. There was a lot of discussion on proximity normals and what they did good and what they did poorly. When it was originally announced that SF3 was killing them. I was very pro. I was like, this is not a thing this doesn't do anything good. It's not that it doesn't do anything good. What was that? But, like, you have more control of what you want, of getting what you want when you want it. They removed a couple OSs, which technically lowered the skill ceiling a little bit, but also allowed players to use, theoretically, like, you know, close proximity attacks from afar. I think command normals are better. But just to give you an example of a tactic that's lost, I can just poke with stay medium punch versus Makoto in the Aura Makoto matchup. And if she ever dashes in right as I hit it, it can, not always, turn into a close medium punch, which then launches her, and I can combo out of it on reaction. Very simple OS. You don't even really call it an OS, really. Things like that disappear. But that wasn't a super crazy thing. He's juggling! He juggled! Ooh, the back throw. Oh, Necro's the dumbest fucking character in the whole game. Actually, Dudley is. Back strong really whiffed on ducking Dudley. That's so stupid. That's probably a punish. Damage wasn't that great. He went for parry. Dudley's high-low mix is pretty good. He juggled again! The juggle there is really wild to go for. Because the command grab actually does no damage if you try and juggle out of it. That was a punish. Right? No. Well, I think it was, but... I don't know. If that was the medium spin hook, that was a punish. If that was the light spin hook, I think Necro's plus. Dudley players deserve each other. A little bit of disparity of super. It's always funny when you see the mirror and they're picking different supers. Oof. It's a high parry again. Why Dudley? Oh, oh, oh. Called out. I like bashing on Dudley, but he's actually a pretty high IQ character. I don't think this game has a low IQ character. I can't think of anyone. One of the strengths of Third Strike, actually. Skill ceiling on almost the whole cast is high as hell. Chun-Li with her low medium kick. So Chun-Li is actually very hard to play well, but you have... It depends on what you mean by play well. I should wind that back a little bit. To fully master Chun-Li is exceptionally difficult. But to have a Chun-Li that's 90% as good as a fully mastered Chun-Li is as easy as learning low medium kick super. Yeah, low floor, high ceiling is pretty accurate. It's more like a kind of medium floor, because the confirm's not free. The 10% is everything else all put together. It'll be stuff like effective use of the stored legs or effective use of the stomp in neutral. Effective use of down towards fierce midair. But like the 90% is just low forward, super, and car throw. And then like a couple random pokes. Back fierce, stand fierce. Low strong maybe. Some of these anti-airs are tricky, but Third Strike is unironically a game where you can not anti-air. Love that combo. I think a lot of players play without really, like, you know, that's not like a prerequisite. In Street Fighter like 4 or 5 or 6, when you see a jump or two, you're kind of like taught as a beginner. It's like, you know, DP. Anti-air blocking is actually the best anti-air in this game. And, you know, you're doing that right from the start. You don't need to be taught to do that. Now, of course, it's good to have a lot of different anti-air options so you can mix the opponent up. It's not that hard to anti-air you on Steph Kick either, it's just all the mix. Yun's a low HP character too, and it's very, very rewarding to parry the dive kick. Of course, he'll probably try and give you dive kicks that you can't parry. Or at least not easily. Oh, I liked watching Broski at Capcom Cup. He had one very nice comeback during the pool section, I'm sure you guys saw. Very beautiful. I never watched the SFL day, the final day of Capcom Cup. Was it good? Should I have watched it? I was going to, and I just forgot until right now. Yeah. Well, I'll probably still watch it. Love that combo. Oof. There's a lot of tools. Like, I'm an Aki main, but there's a lot of tools she has that I just forget about. She's a really weird character. Love that combo. That's like my favorite combo in the game. Oh, that was sick. You guys see that shit? He parried far roundhouse and he just poked it before it could recover. And just canceled. They did do justice to Fong. They took all the good parts of Fong and then they ignored all the bad parts. Most people don't really try and anticipate Aki's command grab. Most Aki players don't really use it that much. Oh, what a nice... Oh, he tried for the... He went for gold. He tried to get a jump in punish. Yo, no disrespect to Juicy Joe, but did anyone else think, damn, he got really far? Ooh, bad confirm. Like, I don't know. He was like the one name where I was like, what's this guy doing here? How do you do this? Is JP good? Beautiful. Oh, well, kind of beautiful. Getting that nice red parry, you don't even get anything. That was a good parry. What happened to JP? I forgot. They like nerfed his down fierce and then they buffed it again. He got that combo, punish counter combo into SA2. EX counter got nerfed and stayed nerfed. That was probably the biggest nerf he got. EX amnesia. I know that the new Yotsuba happened, and I know what happened in it, but I haven't read it. I don't play JP that much. It feels like hockey's alright there. I couldn't tell. I sincerely could not tell if Lily was good versus JP. If you had a wind stalked, EX Spire was just insane for just getting in on him. It's just like, huh, I want to be close. Boom, done. But I think that he bodied her in neutral if he didn't have that, and it could be hard to get it. It was probably a bad matchup, I don't know. I think Amnesia beats command grabs, it beats regular foes. I can't remember ever seeing those interact like that. I have no idea. I was a Lily player who didn't use her command grab. I was more of the down fierce kind of Lily. Yang was definitely minus there, but he OS parried. Ah, fell out. Oftentimes you can get another Rekka hit there, but he couldn't get it. Timing the distance was too big, I think. Okay, made that look pretty brutal. Oh, nice counter poke. When your first Rekka is blocked, then you just do a second one and third one. That takes bravery. Any players are very brave. Oof. Surprised he didn't block that because he like successfully walked under it. It was like hard not to block there. After you just spent all that time walking. Oh. One really goofy thing about the twins is that their neutral super jump actually moves backward. It's the only super jump like that. To have a left-right component. I know what they were thinking. They were like, JP's ground anti-airs are supposed to be a little suspect, so we'll give him an air-to-air option that's strong. They've done that before with various characters. such as Chun-Li or Vega. That being said, down fierce is really not bad. Or at least it's not currently bad. Catch fierce is a good normal, but it's not quick. It's kind of quick. The idea is, if he's committed to something, maybe he can recover in time to block, but he can't necessarily recover in time to anti-air. They do the same thing with Guile. Love that. Oh my god, delete Ken. Remember when we did that video series where we looked at the meterless punish damage of every character in the game, and it turned out that Ken was literally the highest? Because of card DP. Air throw is typically worse than a standard anti-air. You use it when it's like good as an air-to-air, but you don't typically try to meet the opponent's mid-air with it. It can be good for repositioning if you're like Chun-Li or Guile and you can throw the opponent in either direction. Look at all those brackets. If your ground anti-airs are bad, you can meet the opponent mid-air with an air throw. It's mostly just exists as an air-to-air option, obviously, since it only works as an air-to-air. It can be more rewarding too. If you've got like a down fierce that does like, you know, 10% of the opponent's life and an air throw that does 15%. I haven't actually. I don't play any Monster Hunter game. The last Monster Hunter game I played was Freedom Unite on PSP. And I didn't play it a lot. Is it good? Is it the best ever? Oh my god, how did Ken save that? I remember you had to play with a claw grip, because you needed both the D-pad and the stick. There was a mod that added HP bars to all the enemies too. I don't think I had it, but one of my friends like got me to hack his PSP just so he could have it. He was cringe. I didn't know that made him cringe though. I can only think of 2 games I've ever played that didn't have HP bars and then did have them later on. And I appreciated it both times when they added HP bars. I think I like HP bars. This is a friend we all stopped seeing, and now we all like roasting him. He wasn't a bad guy by any stretch, but there were like little things about him that are fun and easy to roast. He got married and his wife didn't like us, his friends. And literally his wedding was, I think, the second to last time I ever saw him. Just disappeared from my life after that. Literally cut out every social circle he had for his wife's sake. Damn. You think I'm a bad influence? You know what I do with my friends? I take them on walks. That's about it. We'll all be sitting around and I'll be like, let's go walk. I met her a couple times. She seemed nice, but she was quiet. That girlfriend, later wife. So the fact that she was like quietly like disliking me was kind of, I don't know. I thought I was nice to her. Didn't care for that. Love that combo. A new spouse asking you to cut out your entire social circle is like such an obvious and classic red flag. But if that's the only red flag she had, maybe she's still very marriageable. If she's great besides that. Disliking me is not evidence that someone's an unworthy suitor. Oh, it fell out. I love the slowdown when the screen scrolls sometimes in this game. Was there really no way for him to kill him? Did he just miss out on a super? Did he almost have super and not get it? I feel like Stand Strong at the Rekas would have killed. That must do more damage than Tiger Combo. It probably isn't close. Ying playing with his food, clearly. I like this guy and I hope he's living his best life. Cool combo. GG. I'm pretty sure he had a kill combo that was meterless, and instead he did a one bar combo that didn't even kill. You know, it's been me before. You ain't got a ton of meter for that. Let's see how much. Alright, yep. He built about a full EX worth. Probably more. Oh yeah, more. Well, you know, that was worth it. Didn't manage to save the game, but, you know. Meanwhile, 12 can only super cancel the first hit of Axe, and it only goes to, like, you know, 3, 4, or 5 hits total. Or is it 2, 3, 4? I don't remember. My favorite comment on the 12 video was the guy who observed that, he was like, how bad could 12 be? Or he's like, I don't know anything about 12 going into the video. And then he was surprised to learn that 12's max damage punish combo was a single special move done raw. That's such a hilarious fact about 12. Your max damage meterless punishes heavy axe. Not anything into heavy axe, it's just heavy axe. You can't even get more out of a jumping combo. I saw a Chun-Li Daigo parry compilation one time where it's everyone doing the Daigo parry in just various matches over the years. And there was one of a 12 player getting the Daigo parry. And he literally got the full parry and just did heavy axe. And when I originally saw that, I was like, bro, what the fuck is this? And then I labbed 12 later on, it's like, holy shit. Red parry attempt on the TC. It's pretty dire. Oh god, this can kill, right? Yeah. Holy comeback. Earlier I was having thoughts about Yang struggling with comebacks. I forgot about Dizzy. What the fuck was that? Nice punish too, very optimal. It's Ogre. The escapes to command grabs don't feel good enough in this game. Neutral jumping next to the opponent isn't good enough in this game. That's really the key. If you're expecting a command grab and you neutral jump in like Street Fighter 3, 4, 5, or 4, 5, or 6, you can usually just come down with a button and get your like normal max damage combo or whatever. In this game, a lot of times they'll be command grabbing from a little range, and like you won't be able to get a close normal after a neutral jump normal. Goofy. That can happen too. If it's Makoto or you a character with a high jump or something like that. It's like weirdly hard to punish twins going for meaty command grab. Already it's hard to anticipate it, and then it's hard to punish it too. Twin command grab is so fucking overtuned. That dizzy bar is a huge issue. Never mind. It made no difference. You might argue that he tried to jump because of the dizzy bar. I'm tired enough that I could sleep now. So I'll probably leave after this video ends, which is in 13 minutes. Watch out, Yang. He's got the super. Don't do 2 Rekos. Damn, he just did low roundhouse from that close. Hospital life is going great. Oh, he just did it, YOLO. It's such a mix-up punishing Yang's Rekos. I've started being put on second shift and third shift all the time at my hospital, and I never ever want to go back to morning shifts. I'm doing like stuff I love every day. I was just born to be a night shift employee. Overnights in an ER, that's me. or like impatient stuff. I never do fluoro anymore. I never do surgery anymore. Is Fierce that good? This gameplay looks like whenever the S rank players play me, like Exodus. Ooh, that was nice. What the fuck was that? I didn't know you could throw Ken out of that. You can't do the throw post freeze. He was already throwing pre-freeze. I don't think I've ever seen Ken thrown out of Shifu. I personally have thrown Ryu out of like SA1 or Akuma out of SA1. I don't think it's a very scary button versus Zoro. It's all right. I didn't mean Fierce specifically. I just meant playing with one button. The skill ceiling for neutral is so insanely high. He probably had a Link Super there. It's a distant connect, crouching hit. And he had the bar, but he didn't react in time. I'm more afraid of Ken's Stain Roundhouse than his Stain Fierce. But neither one is the scariest normal Ken has. Facts. Whoa. It's unsafe. I don't know what Yang had to do there. Raw Rekka. That fell out. I love anti-air down Fierce by Yang. It's funny looking. Yang, I think, could have attacked again on the way down, but either chose not to or didn't think to. Both make sense. Oh. Beautiful. Those parries were free. Max meter build, baby. Don't kill him with the rest of EX Rekka. Reset him and kill him with attacks. You build no meter from landing EX Rekka, but you do build meter by landing attacks. I love seeing that little decision. EX Rekka might have punished that, and he might have been stunned. I'm not sure. Imagine Yang with a cross up. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to pose that dystopian concept to you guys. Don't tell me that dive kick can cross up. Yes, dive kick can cross up. You gotta make your own openings. But yes, that's true. When you fight really good people, they won't let you land the launcher. That just makes your other options better, but obviously you'd rather land the launcher. Funny juggle. Funny juggle spotted. Beautiful. This strike has some fast rounds. That one was a slugger. And it still only went down to 80 seconds. Nice punish. Was that really a whiff punish? No. It was a nice attempt. That was a very bold whiff punish attempt. Whiff punishing with ducking super on a low forward. So the missing piece when Dudley players get me to block an air normal and then come down with the double overhead. I just have to parry both hits. This Ken player is good. If I do the things this Ken player does, I'll win. Such as pick Ken. He wanted close strong there and he got far strong. Ken tried the high parry there, I think. Ate a low run house. Classic Tale of Dudley. Low run house is reactable. You will occasionally fuck it up. It's fast enough that you occasionally won't block it on reaction. I feel like he might have been able to kill with just an EX. Maybe not. Ken's kind of tricky. People often recommend him as a beginner character. But basically everything he has that's unique from Ryu makes him a lot harder to play. Other than maybe TC. TC is pretty easy even for a beginner to kind of start using. But like, SA3 is a good super. But it's almost unusable for a beginner, I feel. Even stuff like low short super is just not doable for a beginner. Telling people to pick Akuma and having them like anti-air super or something like that might be easier. I don't know. Telling people to use super to chip enemies out. If it's like Ryu or Akuma, that is, not most characters. Maybe most characters if it's all beginner matches. People aren't going to be parrying. Oh, no confirm. Beautiful. Alright, just do it. EX Fireball Super. Okay, that is also good. He actually didn't have the meter for EX Fireball Super, so I'm glad he didn't do it. EX Fireball wouldn't have been unsafe, though. I don't remember if I already brushed my teeth. I think I did. Yeah, I did. Nice. I'm chilling so hard I'm about to leave. It's really more out of obligation than I'm about to leave because I'm waking up in 7 hours for work. And I'm not tired, but well, I'm a little tired. No, I'm tired. I'm not tired enough to sleep a full 8 hours, but I'm tired enough to nap, and I feel like I should get some sleep before work. Seems smart, right? This video is almost over, and I'm going to leave once it ends. You guys have me for 2 more minutes. Probably 1 more match. What a comeback. What a comeback. It'd be cool if this Necro could find something. Round start, left forward. I love when Necros do that. Sometimes I just do round start, light uppercut as Oro, because it's almost never punished. And if I hit a limb, it's funny. Damn, I said maybe this Necro can do something, but he's getting absolutely fucking owned. Oh, Fierce beat the EX Fireball startup. Look at that little shimmy. Ken's pro shimmy right there. Why is that working? Is it the medium one? People tell me the light one's +1, I believe them. Is Necro committing in the first frame? Or is he using the medium one in neutral? I can't tell the difference between the light one and the medium one visually. Obviously those are both the medium one. Build a meter Necro, build it! So he held it. And by held I mean mashed. That looked like the light one, given that it threw Ken across the screen. I think the medium one is a little bit slower, but it's hard to detect. But I think if you were used to seeing both of them, you would be able to spot it. Nice. Still winnable for the Necro. Never mind. GG. Alright, I'm going to bed. Thanks for hanging out, everyone.